and purpose. And most of us are not, but they were.
Yes.
They wanted what God wants. I want what God wants.
Yes.
You should
Amen.
want what God wants.
Amen.
Yeah. But I want the river of his pleasures where I can commune with his spirit. We have a right in this covenant that we can commune with him on a consistent basis, that where we live, we can determine who we are. We can get up in the morning. We don't have to allow the cycle of life, the bios, to tell us how to behave and how to be conformed to his system. Yes. What a privilege to understand there's a place of protection for those that name the name of the Lord. There's a tower, a strong tower. The righteous can run into it and be safe. We ain't got to worry about what the arrows that come by day nor the terror that come by night.
Yes.
Because he's our refuge.
Yes.
He's our shield.
Yes.
He's our buckler.
Yes.
And in that place, it's just not just because we can hide out. Verse 9 says, "For with thee is the fountain." The fountain in Hebrew, the word fountain of life. He's the fountain of life. It means the source of life. How many know he's the source of life?
Yeah.
If you don't have life, if you're dry, I've talked to a few people that say, "I'm feeling dry," then I know where your source is. So when you connect it correctly to God, let me tell you something. Let me help y'all out. All the praying, all the fasting, all the things that we've been taught in Pentecost will not produce life.
Yes.
I know it's hard to say. I know it because we're so used to doing it. The only thing that's going to produce life is his life.
Yes.
It's a relationship to him. You can do all that stuff and never be submitted to him. You can do all that and never walk in the realms of obedience. And it's having a form of godliness. Like he told them in Amos, he said, you sing, you offer sacrifices, but your heart is far from you. And we think it's a bonus. It's only a bonus when you're in relationship, when your heart is turned towards the Lord. Then it becomes fruitful. But if you're not in a living, abiding relationship, like Prophet told us, you got to abide in it. Not something got 2 days out of the week. Everything that I do is a testament to my relationship.
Yes.
Everything that I do is a testament of my relationship with the Lord. Everything. Everything. I know it's hard, folks. We have folks that, there ain't no way people can live like that.
Yes.
Oh, it's a whole bunch of us. I'm not by myself. I happen to live with one. It's a place in God that he wants us to get to. But if you're selfish, if you got things going on in your life, if you got this euphoria, it's an ideology. That's what it is. And you're looking to find that safe place. There's no place safe than where God is not king, where God is not ruling, where God is not reigning. Any place other than that is not safe. Because where his order, his government is, there's peace. And the end of that thing will be peace. And that's where I want to have a place where it's built on peace. Right? So with him is the fountain of life, the source of life. So many folks are trying to find a source. He is our source. In him we live and move and have our being. He is the fountain of life-giving water. One translation said he is the cascading light. Not a light, but a cascading light. Different variations of light and understanding and revelation as we abide in that relationship with him. As we benefit from it. From in that light is the light of life. The light of prosperity. The light of instruction. The light of the day. And the light of his face. I want that. I want the light of life. I want the light of prosperity. See, not the prosperity that the world told us. The rat race, I'm not in that. I'm not trying to be in, trying to keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses, if the Joneses was honest, they'll tell you they ain't trying to keep up with themselves. The Joneses got a bad name. I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses want to get out of the house too, trust me. Joneses ain't feeling it. They Jonesing too. So that placebo that's been offered to us is not real, trust me. I found the key to life is loving on the Lord. And being obedient to Him and living sacrificially.
Yes.
Being stretched beyond your own human might and strength. And sometimes, y'all don't know nothing about that. Sometimes He'll stretch you and put demands on you.
Yeah. Yes, He will.
He will. Because we already know that too much given, much is required. So we got to have this life. And then, see, so it says in that house, at that table, is the light of life. Look at the last part. It said, in thy light we shall see light. I don't know about you, but I want to be awakened to such an identity in Him that in His light I will see light.
Yes.
Do you know how many creeps couldn't hang around you if you was in His light? You know how many good decisions you would make if you were in His light? Amen?
Amen.
People are scattered, no order, no structure,
Yes.
because it's a false light. We need to be in His light. That's the light that the enemy wants us in, because he's the angel of light. But then there's the light that God has given unto us. That's why His Word and His Spirit, they're branded with light. And the interest of His Word give us light. Am I right? Making it wise the simple. So there should be such a balance. There should be such a harmony that takes place in our life when we're actually being satisfied with the abundance of that house. You know, it shouldn't be all static and stagnant, and you know what I'm saying? There should be levels of fluidity, because actually that's what the word means. It's a fountain. That word fountain means we're free from being stagnant and stuck. You know, like I told you before, it's sin. S-I-N is stuck in neutral. And most Christians are just holding out. They're not making any progress. We got the same song all the time. And I'm here to tell you, we have a great opportunity. I mean, if it's wisdom and it's love, and He told us that the way He handles things and who He is and His deification is there's heights and depths and lengths and breadths that we can't comprehend.
Yes. That's right.
So there's a spirit of exploration.
Yes.
That's an expectation that should be on the body. That when we plateau out, we should tell ourselves, I'm going to shake myself out of this stupor. This is not my place. Because I understand where we live would determine
Who we are. Yes. Yes.
and I'm connected to that house. I'm a lively stone.
Yes.
Amen. His fingerprint is on my heart. I hang out with those who like Him.
All right.
I'm going to leave that alone. I feel the tenants coming up on me.
That's all right.
I hope God can clear some heads up. But anyhow, we need to understand that in His light we should see light. So in other words, who He is, we become.
Yes.
We become the offspring. We become the offspring. Out from that communion with Him, we become the very epitome of who He is. We are the visible expression of who He is.
Yes. Yes.
What an expectation that He hid in Himself, that we should become the visible what? Expression of who He is. So that people can say, when you see me, you've seen Him.
Yes. Yes.
Why? Because we've been satisfied with His house. Our finances in order.
Yes. Yes.
We have some boundaries established. Most Christians don't live by boundaries. We don't live by the word, you're going to live by boundaries. So go throw that in there. Boundaries represent core values. Core values mean structure. And we try to stay away from all that stuff. I don't know nobody telling me what to do. I'm my own person. That's why your life don't have any order. Nobody here. I'm just saying in general. I wish he would come to me. And then you try to figure out why you've been in that same mindset for 4 years. Or longer. Spent decades in an insane asylum. Still doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Then we conjure up and come up with some quick fixes. Try to figure out what's going on. God wants us to be satisfied with the prosperity of his house. He wants us to be what? I'm going to keep saying that. I'm not going to wait till you let me go. He wants us to be satisfied with what? The prosperity of his house, because he's building something in our lives, and we need to labor with him and ask God, say, God, what is it that you want to structure in my life? 2018 coming, we don't ask God questions because we know he answers. we don't want to know, you know what I'm saying? How can you say, well, God, what you want me to do tonight? We don't ask questions. We already know what we want to do.
That's right.
We don't ask God what you want to do with, in 2018, what do you want to do with my life? I'm always asking.
Yes.
Me too. I'm asking what you want to do with my life, because it's not mine.
Right.
Because we can't say we're going to glorify God with our body and our spirit when he don't have free course to it.
Yes.